Hi, guys. I'm here to tell you about my positive journey or my negative journey. When I first got married, I got really stressed because I wanted a baby, and it was taking a long time for me to get pregnant. I didn't get pregnant for 5 months after I got married, and it was very stressful. And I can't even imagine what it's like for people out there that are having a hard time, a longer, harder time than that, because it is very stressful. And on top of that, my husband had insomnia. So he missed a lot of work, and we moved in and out of the in laws' houses and my mom's house several times. We moved 13 times in 7 years. And it was very stressful not to have a place that felt like home. You were just constantly moving. It just got worse. The negative thoughts, the negativity just got worse. I gained a lot of weight when I got pregnant with my first son. Um, and that's how I gained so much of my weight. And then the negative thoughts and feelings of my life that I let myself have, um, it just made it worse. I just got bigger and bigger. I found myself saying to myself, life is awful. What is the point of us living? Why is this happening to us? I kept saying to myself, is this worth it? Why am I even here? Like, all I felt like I did was cook and clean. And don't get me wrong, I love my family and I was so excited to have kids and to have a husband. And I didn't think it was going to be so hard, but it was so hard. And not being able to work because I had little kids, we just didn't have the money to get a house and maintenance our cars and buy what we needed. Um, we were always okay though. We always had the food that we needed. We had a roof over our heads and we had a car to get around in most of the time. Um, Life has been so amazing and I just didn't see it. I just let everything get to me. I found myself looking out the window thinking, how did I get here? Like, what is life really about? Sorry, guys, I am going to end up crying. I know it. Um, I looked out the window thinking I want to be anywhere but here. And when my kids were young, I'd be standing there cooking, and they would come up and they'd say, Mom, and I would turn around and I'd say, What? Just so stern and so mean. They were scared of me. They didn't dare talk to me, and it was nothing they did. It's just being in my own head, letting life get to me, and the negativity of life. I wasn't happy and I was mad and I was upset all the time. And I was that way through half their life. Like, we've been married for 18 years now, and I was that way up until like 5 years ago. And I'll tell you what changed here soon. I was mad at life and I was upset that I was overweight. I was upset that we didn't have a house. I was upset that we didn't have money that we needed. And all I could ever say to myself is, what is life about? What's the point of living if this is how it is? It was so hard. It got so bad that every time we went to do something as a family, we would save a little bit of money. And every time we saved money, it was like, it wasn't even really saving. It was like having to come out of a bill and then would have to be late on that bill and somehow would find a way to catch it up. Or we wouldn't, would just be behind. But it got to the point where every time we were going to go do something as a family, if we saved that little bit of money, pushed that money aside, something would pull it out. The day we went, we would go to the store to get what we wanted and it would be gone. Or I kid you not, it would rain every time we went for a walk or every time we went, planned a picnic or planned a hike. Anytime we did anything like that, it would rain. The wind would be really bad and it would be completely sunny until we left and then it would rain. And I was like, what in the crap? Like, why is our luck so bad? Why does this always happen to us? Like, why is it always a problem every time we go anywhere? Something always happens because of my mindset, because of the things I thought. It happened. And if you've ever heard of the law of attraction, you reap what you sow. You attract what your thoughts are. And I was always thinking negative. I was always thinking something bad is going to happen. Like, what's going to happen next? Like, why is this always happening to us? It got to the point where life just sucked. I was just done with it. I was mad all the time. I was yelling all the time. I hated life. I didn't stop to see what I really had. I didn't stop to think, I am so blessed with this amazing family and this amazing husband that works so hard and tries his hardest. It was so hard. It wasn't until I decided to get a night auditing job at a hotel. So I worked nights and I was there by myself. And I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I started reading my scriptures, the Book of Mormon, all the time, every night. And as I was reading them, I don't know, something changed. I felt so much more love and peace and happiness. And I started seeing the things that I do love and the things that I do have. I started seeing the things that were amazing in my life. And I started feeling so blessed for that stuff. Like my family and my house, that I had a car to get to and from work. Life just changed. And I started saying to myself, it's okay. Heavenly Father loves me. Everything's going to be fine. Heavenly Father loves me. And I would just breathe through it and just have faith, hoping that it would work. And um and it did. Like, my husband got a better job. I was able to quit the night auditing job. He made enough for us to be able to have extra so we could buy food storage, so we could buy whatever we needed, so we could fix our cars, so we could have the things that we needed in life. And I saw such a difference in my life, and my kids started warming up to me. I stopped yelling. I stopped being mad. I stopped being stern. And now they will actually just come up and hug me for no reason. And they'll lean on my shoulder at church. You don't have to be part of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints to have positivity in your life, to have happiness. Um, I will say I am so much more happy being in the church. My I feel my Heavenly Father's love and patience and blessings every day. There is a law of attraction that you can will do what you want. You just have to stay positive, and you have to know that everything's going to be okay. And it will be, I promise. But be happy, and be happy for the things that you have. Find those little things in life that you feel blessed for, even if it's just the food that you're eating at dinner time, sitting down around the table with your family every night. If it's just a piece of warm bread with some butter, or if it's just running through the sprinkler and feeling the sun on your face. Be grateful for the sun and the trees and the shade. Be grateful for your family and the car that you do have, even if it's a clunker. And I promise you, your life will be so much better. You'll be happier, and you will feel like life is worth living. If you want to make it better, yeah, go find a job. Have that extra money to go do some things. But your life can be amazing, even if you don't have money. Even if you have bad health, you can be grateful for being able to walk. The more we are grateful for things, the more things come to us that make us grateful. I'm going through another hard time. Like, they lowered my husband's commissions. We've been struggling again. To top that off with, our dryer broke down and we had to go buy a new dryer. And then they kicked us off insurance. And now I have to pay for everything that we need done. And my son just got stung by a wasp and his finger is like all swollen up. And for an EpiPen, it's like $700. This world is hard. It's so hard to live in, but there is hope, and there's people out there that will help you, and life is just amazing if we find those good things. My husband, throughout this whole time, he would always tell me, just have faith, just believe that everything will be okay. And I didn't know how. In my mind, all these things were crashing down. I didn't know how to fix it. And I had kids that were home. I was homeschooling them most of their life, but he would just always tell me, just have hope, just believe everything will be okay. And it was so hard for me to figure out how to do that. It was hard for me to look at the hope and not see all the bad things that were piling up. But once I started, I'm telling you, the rain stopped. We were able to go hiking without it raining. We were able to go, spend a little money on going to the movie. So many things got so much better. I saw this thing from President Nelson not too long ago, that said women need to learn how to do hard things with faith. I've always wanted to have faith. When I was little, probably about 10, I saved up some money and I went to the store and I found this little box of stuffed animals. I loved monkeys, and so I searched that box for a monkey. It was not there. I searched and searched and searched and searched. And in my head, I kept saying, there's got to be a monkey here. And I searched and searched and searched and searched. It was a little box, and I went through them like 12 to 15 times. Like, it was just a tiny box. And I kept thinking, there's not a monkey. And then I'm like, no, there's got to be a monkey. There's a monkey here. I know there is. And I searched and searched. Finally, guess what? I found a monkey. And I will always remember that experience because I knew in my head that that monkey was not there because I had searched it so many times. But I'm telling you, the law of attraction and faith, it'll bring what you want, it'll bring what you need. As long as it's for good, as long as it doesn't hurt anything, if you have enough faith and enough thought, enough wielding power to bring it to you, you can bring it to you. So just look into the law of attraction, look into faith. Both of those things, I believe, kind of go hand in hand. I I know faith can do those things. So when my son was a baby, my firstborn, we were living in a little condo, and you had to go outside across the parking lot to the big dumpster to put your trash away. So while my son was sleeping, I took my keys, I locked him in the apartment, and I took the garbage out. I threw that bag over the dumpster, and I heard clink, 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 blunk, and I know my keys fell in there, and I swear they fell to the bottom. It clinked way too much for them to be close to the top. So I immediately knelt down on my knees and I said, Heavenly Father, please, 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 please bless that those keys are somewhere I can find them. Please help me. And I stood on a bar and jumped up and looked in the trash, and they were sitting right there on top of the bag that I put in that trash can. Like, the only way is my faith, and Heavenly Father, help me. I'm sorry if this is too much for you. I'm sorry if you guys don't believe in that type of stuff. But I'm telling you exactly what happened. I was reassured again that my faith can do so many things. And my Heavenly Father helps me in so many ways that I couldn't even explain to you guys. Life is amazing. And rather use the law of attraction or your faith or Heavenly Father or whatever, good things can come. And we just have to have a positive outlook. We have to think clearly and think positive, make our lives better just by the way we think and feel. We just have to put love and kindness and light and beauty and all that stuff into our lives, and life will get so much better. And I I can honestly tell you I'm living proof of that. My negative journey was a very hard thing for me to go through, and the real sad thing is it was half of my married life. It was more than half of my married life. And I wish so bad I would have seen it sooner. Anybody can have faith. And if you don't want to call it faith, that's fine. But anybody can have what they want. Just use that power. I really believe that. And I really hope you guys can find that, because if you're in a negative spot where I used to be, it's not worth it. And it just wastes your life. It wastes your life. There's so many regrets I have that I wish I could go back and change. I didn't know. I didn't know until I knew. And my husband tried to tell me, and he tried to tell me till he was blue in the face, but I didn't listen. It's got to be on your terms. It's got to be you that wants to change that. And until then, it's not going to happen, and you'll just be unhappy and you'll be gloomy, and everything bad will happen to you because that's the way it works. And it shocks me. I still am in awe about it, because we can change our lives just by changing our thoughts. And that's all there is to it. So it's kind of hard for me to talk about the church just because I don't want to make you feel weird or uncomfortable. I love you no matter what. And I know that there's people around you that love you. It doesn't matter, right? All it matters is who we are and how hard we try to do the best that we can with everything that we do in life, and try and be a good person. And that's all it takes. And we don't go to church because we're perfect. We go to church because we're not perfect. We go to church because we need that help and that guidance, and we need to become a better person. And that's why I go to church. And I wish you guys the best, and I pray for you every day. I hope you find those things and those things come to you, and you can attract those things that you really, really want in life. You can bring them into your life by letting the universe know that you want that, letting the universe know that that's what you need in your life. And as long as it's for good, I honestly believe it'll come to you. So just keep trying, keep going. That's all we can do, right? Thank you. I love you. Please subscribe. Bye.